We appreciate Steve Merrill dropping by each and every week here at the Voice of College Football to break down the biggest and the best games in college football each and every week. You can catch Steve at Wager Talk TV right here on YouTube. WagerTalk.com is the place to get his complete look at college football, the NFL, and the NBA. Steve, this is always a fun one to break down the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they never disappoint. Seemingly at I believe over and under 30 against Northwestern, and it was no big deal for them, not even close. 17 points the final in that one, as Iowa wins another stellar effort, 10-7.
Yeah, I mean, at some point they're going to set the total low enough, right? And we keep joking like maybe they've done it this week, but I keep pointing out if you've blindly played under the lowest totals every season in college football, you've hit like over 75% to the under. And I was like 80% under this situation this year. In fact, just look at the recent results. Ever since that misleading 42-point game against Michigan State with the non-offensive touchdown that put it over the 37, otherwise it would have landed 36-35. They've gone under four straight. 38, 34, 30 and a half, 31 and a half have been the totals the last four games, and they've totaled 34, 21, 22, and 17 total points. So, if that continues, this total is not low enough. Now, Rutgers is a decent offensive team this year, 27 points a game, and you do worry about a little bit of a hangover after having just played Ohio State last week, one of their biggest home games in a while. With that said, though, they're still a really good defensive team. They're giving up 18 points a game, just 4.5 yards per play. So theoretically, Iowa should not be able to move the ball in this game. And once again, yes, it does look like the odds makers have maybe priced it in now as they've dropped this below that key number of 31, 30. I mean, the 27 years I've been doing this, Mark, I don't think I've ever seen a total this low. In fact, when I started in the late 90s, you couldn't even get over-unders on most college football games. They only had them on the major, like, top 25 TV games on Saturday, and now they have them on every game, obviously. So I'd have to dig through the database, but I don't remember a total ever hitting 28. And obviously, I mean, 28's a key number. We have really no research on it, but just common sense tells you that 28 would be a key number because it's 4 touchdowns, right? A lot of things can get you there. Although if you think about it, though, the scoring margins like 18-10, 17-11, they're not too likely. So we'll see where this ends up. One of the reasons playing under the lowest totals continues to win year in and year out, by the way, it works in the NBA, plays over the highest, over-unders play under the lowest. That's worked for decades in the NBA as well, is because when you get the total this low, the public all of a sudden doesn't want anything to do with the under. They start to try to become value players, and that's why it's usually not priced low enough. So under 28.5 would be my preferred play on the total. As far as the side in this game, Iowa is currently about a 1-point favorite. I do the database simulation every week, 10,000 games run through the database. And on average in this game, I've got Iowa winning by over 4 points. So I do think there's some value with the Hawkeyes as well.
Steve, just to add to the ludicrous information and facts out there is that I saw a stat the other day that out of the last 55 games in college football, that a team has run up less than 170 yards of total offense. Iowa has won all 4 of the wins. Nobody else has been able to achieve a winning game with less than 170 yards of total offense. Iowa has done it 4 times. The rest of college football is 0-55.
Well, Mark, something else that's crazy is the average score in college football is in the low 50s, right? So that would tell you that on average, teams are scoring like 25, 26 points a game. And you've got that for the game total here, which once again puts in perspective how incredibly low this is.
Steve is now 18-5 with his under the radar selection that he provides exclusively here at the Voice of College Football each and every week. So we appreciate Steve for that. You can take advantage by becoming a YouTube channel member on the main channel or on patreon.com/MarkRogersTV. And again, for the complete look at college football, the NFL, and the NBA with Steve, head on over to wagertalk.com. Steve, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Mark.